Good morning from the beautiful blue and clear Dewey Lake. It was a really good camp spot last night. We did 26.1 and the trail was a lot cruisier. It was still 4,800 feet of elevation gain, but it just was spread out in such a good way that it didn't feel so intense like the last few days. Or really all of Washington, I should say. We didn't have any mosquitoes at the site last night, even though we slept right next to the lake, which was extremely surprising. I think I'm down to my last boil. I don't even think I have a boil left, honestly. And I don't have much food. So we have 25.7 to get to, wow. That just color looks unreal. Can we just pause and take a moment to, anyway. 25.7 to get to White Pass. And White Pass is really just a convenience store. There is a small town nearby, I believe. But I don't know if we're gonna actually go there. I think we're just gonna do the convenience store and then press on, because really there is only 2.5 days or 3 days to Trout Lakes. And that's where we're gonna spend some time, because we've heard that Trout Lakes is really cool actually. So that's kind of the plan. The Goat Rocks Wilderness looks pretty snowy. I'm not gonna lie, we saw it from Adams yesterday and it looked like it was pretty snowed out. So not sure what to expect there. But I think we talked to a gentleman going northbound, and he said it was only snow for about a day, and that was about a week ago. And with Washington melting about 2 inches a day, probably won't run into that much snow. Fingers crossed. That is really it. I need to just rush into town so I can have food tomorrow. But today, I think it's only like 3,000 feet of gain. So another relatively cruisy day. And I just got better sleep last night, so should have a little bit more energy to put towards that whole through-hiking thing, you know? But that's really it. Let's get to, quote-unquote town, aka a convenience store, and enjoy a nice formal campsite tonight with some hiker television. So I'll see y'all there. Let's hike. Alrighty, good afternoon. We just passed about the 13.5 mile mark for the day. It's been pretty easy, nothing too treacherous, but it's definitely warming up out here. Summer's here for sure. Cracker Barrel is about 12.5 away. I need to get there before 6. And it's about 1:30 right now. I think I'm gonna barely squeeze in. At least I hope so, because I don't really have any food. I have food on me, but for tonight and then tomorrow, it would just be kind of sad, to put in all this work and then get there and not be able to get any hot food or anything. So I'm gonna shoot for it. I'm gonna try and just take minimal breaks. The mosquitoes have been pretty bad too, so they're honestly helping me push on. Kind of like the Bernie day. That was horrific. I don't even want to think about that. But we'll see if we can get to Cracker Barrel. That would be awesome. I really am hoping for that. So send thoughts and prayers. And let's get down this 12.5 mile stretch and hopefully get some hot food. Good afternoon, y'all. Greetings from the Goat Rock Wilderness. So, I did make it to White Pass yesterday, which was good because I wasn't sure if I was. And I got a shower, best shower on trail. The far out comments weren't lying. I got to just sit there and chill in the water for quite some time. And we got to meet a bunch of hikers, people who had flipped, people who are true Sobo. And it was just a good hangout spot, good place to camp. The general store had a really impressive amount of resupply actually. So a little expensive, but what can you expect in the middle of the Cascades out here in the middle of nowhere, Washington. So it made it convenient. You only had to walk about half a mile down the road. Didn't even bother hitching. So we just hung out, and we hung out till about noonish, and that was really cool. And we just entered the Goat Rock Wilderness and did our first climb, and it's been pretty beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, I'm wondering what it'll be like to the North Cascades, but I don't know, we'll see. I think the Northern Cascades were probably the best part. But now we are on to Trout Lake. It's about a 2.5 mile day, or sorry, 2.5 day carry. We think we're gonna be able to do about 15 today, 16. We got out pretty late, so we'll do what we can. We'll have a cool camp spot on the ridge, and we'll get our last view of Rainier, and then we'll be on to Adams and further south. So that's pretty much it. That was White Pass. It was a good time, and now we're just kind of meandering throughout the day till we get to our campsite. So who knows how far we'll go, but I'm gonna hike on and enjoy the Goat Rocks Wilderness, because this has been one of the most anticipated places that I have looked forward to on this trail. So let's enjoy. Later, y'all.
It's also just crazy because like Vietnam stopped making rubber. Like America was really cool looking stuff. This is like a Colorado. Like, very